someone flicks me a bag baggy. Oh, it's another one, yeah. It's a full screen, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours Truly Tre. What's good?
All good, cuz. All good. As you know, gas right now. Manchester United got their victory. So it's been a good weekend. We've had a good fights. We've had tremendous content. So firstly, before we start off, obviously to big up FK Breeze and the rest of the community as well. FK Breeze is always the first one joining. He's got a bit of competition with Palamos Music, but guys, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate the energy. We appreciate the vibes. Big up to you guys, and also big up to the rest of the iBoxingHub family. Big up to Al Heyman behind the cameras. Big up to Ash, who's got some tremendous content that's ready for you guys as well. Just stay tuned in for that. And big up to Abbas throughout the week. Got some content with Sam Jones, Josh Taylor, Troy Deeney. Look at that interview there. It's absolutely tremendous. And also Eddie Hearn himself. And also big up to Ra as well. He ended up going to Poland, watching the Coley fight. Big up to Rico as well. He also ended up going to GBM's event and also went to the event in Leeds as well. Met Eddie Hearn himself. So big up to FK Breeze. And any Arsenal fans, come here. It's true, bro. Look, why do you think I got the scarf on today, man? The scarf's here. Let's go.
Boy, it's been a good event this weekend. I mean, you had Lawrence Okoli winning the WBC Bridgerweight title. Just wanted to quickly touch up on that fight. It was an easy victory. I mean, his opponent didn't possess no threat. But what's next for Lawrence?
Yeah, look, you've seen the picture right there from Al Heyman. Obviously, big up to Al Heyman. Lawrence Okoli did the job last night, proving that he is the source. And, he's a two-time world champion across two weight divisions. I think the bridgeweight division, cuz it's more of a warm-up for him until he obviously moves up to heavyweight, which looks like is going to be the path for him in the future. So he has to unify the division, in my opinion. Just to build up the momentum after that Chris Billen-Smith loss. Of course, it's more about confidence, fighting at a more comfortable weight, and he just looks comfortable at bridgeweight. Cuz I don't know about you. Obviously, Al Heyman saying Usyk to become a free-weight world champion by moving down. Would you see Usyk wanting to move down to bridgeweight? Would you see that, cuz?
There's no value. I mean, all due respect, but there's no value in that division. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. There's only one belt in that division, which is the WBC. So, he can't unify that division, Okoli. So it's either he moves up to heavyweight or he moves back down to cruiserweight.
Any water bottle suggestions? Oh no, FK Breeze, but big up to him. Yeah, obviously Al Heyman alluded to it as well, possibly to get more belts. Obviously, big up to Jam's boxing chat as well. He's obviously saying big up BNG, big up yours truly, big up to you, Jams. And no need for bridgeweight division. Can you go back to Lucy's point as well? That's two bridgeweight belts. Ooh, big up to Lucy as well, all the way from the States, always tuning into the shows. And that's the WBA in bridgeweight as well. So there's WBA
Really?
and there's WBC, cuz so there can be a unification. Yeah.
Wow. Do you know? To be fair, I don't really pay attention to that division. But so, who's the current WBA champion?
Guys, get involved. Ooh, Tashenko. Ooh, after the other one. Ooh, yeah, look, there's a few suggestions there. The WBA does have a champion, and it's, look, Jams, thank you so much for getting involved as well, because there is a WBA champion, and Lawrence Okoli definitely needs to go for it. So there's two more belts for Usyk. Al Heyman wants Usyk to do the free time. He wants it to do it before Crawford.
So I suppose that's the next Well, he might as well just unify because I don't really know much people in that division. If I'm honest with you, I don't really, So whoever the current champion is, so Lotus Coley might as well knock on his door and then they might as well just, get it on.
Get on, exactly, because I definitely agree with you. Obviously, Lucy's saying the question is, since there's only two belts in the division, if
Mm.
he wins both of them, is he then undisputed? Because would you say
No,
that he's undisputed for winning two belts?
I call that fake undisputed champion. Nah, man, you need nah because come on, man, look at the history of boxing. You've got the WBC, the IBF, WBO, WBA. Some may include IBO, but if not, then it's just like I don't know. They need to add on more belts, but again, I don't really know much about that division. I
Mm.
don't really know much about that division. But I just wanted to quickly move on swiftly. It's been confirmed. I don't know. Well, yeah, it's been confirmed that Errol Spence will be fighting. I've forgotten his name now. What's his name? The
Sebastian Fendura, baby.
That's it. That's it.
Sebastian
Yes, yes, yes,
Fendura.
yes. For the belts. So that should be interesting. That should definitely be interesting. I mean, it could be another L for Errol Spence.
Oh, cuz you're writing off Errol Spence the truth
I wasn't
already.
writing him off. I wasn't
You're
writing him off.
writing
I
him
said it
off.
could. I wasn't. Listen, I said it could be another L. I'm just going by activity and also he's moving up a weight. So, he's fighting
Mm.
a champion. Remember, he's a champion.
No,
Okay, so
100%.
you reckon Errol Spence is just gonna come, knock him out, take the belts, and then go about his business?
No, no, no. No one said it's not going to be easy, but I think Errol Spence definitely has an eye on the titles, and I definitely think that the truth wants that unification bout eventually with Crawford to have that that second fight, because I definitely feel that Crawford is going to win a title at 154. Spence is going to win a title at 154 or titles, and the unification is going to happen. So I think the rematch will
Hmm.
potentially happen a unification, cuz just my opinion. We're
At
gonna see it.
154.
154.
I know.
Ooh, Spence said it might be his last one. Might be his last one, cuz FK Breeze is saying it might be his last one. And who's Spence's new trainer? This is a great question. Thank you so much, Al Heyman, for bringing that up. Who will be Spence's new trainer? That's the question. A lot of people, and I actually heard it on the Boxing Voice. So big up to Ness and the rest of the team from the Boxing Voice. They're not really happy that Fendura has obviously chosen to fight Spence as opposed to fighting Crawford, because he was actually mandated to fight Crawford. So, cuz
Hmm.
that, what's your thoughts on about
It,
that?
it, it, I mean, Crawford already is fighting somebody. Not just that, it just comes down to commercial value, in it. End of the day, him fighting Spence is guaranteed to make serious money. Not to say he's not going to be making serious money fighting Crawford, but you already know how it goes. Fandora and Spence, they're both under PBC, right?
Mm.
Makes sense. There you go. You know, there you go.
Ooh, the WBO have said that they will strip Fandora if he fights Spence. So it's only going to be for one title when that fight happens, from
Well,
what Luke is saying. So it makes sense regardless, man. It makes sense.
so what? So it's gonna be for the WBC, right?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. It's a tricky one because obviously Spence is fighting already. He's fighting in August.
Oh
So who?
no,
who
he's looking to do this fight. He's gonna wait around for this fight, cuz.
but that's confusing. Listen, do you know what? Just get stripped. That's
But
fine. You know.
Spence don't do warm-ups, man. He doesn't do tune-ups or warm-ups, man. So he wants to get straight into this world title fight. I think he feels confident. He sees something in Fandora which he thinks, I could utilize and take advantage of this. And plus, he's going to be fighting at a weight division that he should have moved up years ago, cuz. Remember,
I
he was at
understand that,
welterweight for over 10 years as well.
but what I'm saying is Spence is already scheduled to fight somebody in August. So I just don't
Ooh.
understand why. I get it. Spence was mandatory, but he signed a contract to fight somebody. So I don't understand why that they're willing to wait if he fights. If he sorry, Crawford is scheduled to fight somebody in August. I've forgotten his opponent's name, but I don't understand why they're looking to take the WBO. of Fundora. It just doesn't make no sense. Unless
Yes.
there's another mandatory.
Yeah, go on, guys.
Yeah, no, unless there's somebody, I don't know. I just don't get it. I mean, if Crawford wasn't fighting somebody, I suppose maybe if he was to pay Crawford, I don't know, a step aside fee just to, hold on a minute. But I don't know. When it comes to boxing politics, yeah, it just confuses me. It's just like the same. I'm hearing that Usyk, they're trying to not, because Usyk has to vacate the IBF title, but they don't want to vacate it, so they're going back and forth. But again, it just doesn't make sense. You're undisputed already, so you might as well just let it go.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true, definitely. Obviously, Jams is saying apparently Spencer's joining Charlo's team. So who's Charlo's trainer? It depends which Charlo you're talking about, because Charlo's still with um Derek James, I believe.
No,
Or
no,
you're talking
the
about
other one.
oh, it's the other one. So it could be
Mm.
Ronnie Shields then. It could be Ronnie Shields, maybe
Yeah.
Virgil Hunter. He's been speaking about Spence. So it could be Virgil Hunter, Andre Ward's ex-trainer. Actually just realized if Spence versus Fendora happens, the WBA won't be on the line and will be, yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is true. It is 1,000% true. Fendora might beat Spence. Spence is a shot fighter. Ooh, Al Heyman's throwing some shots at the
Well,
truth.
no, but it's
Throwing
true because
some
look, this
shots.
Spence, right? Spence fought Crawford last year. Was it
Yeah,
last year, August? July, August?
yeah, yeah.
He hasn't fought. He hasn't had a warm-up fight or nothing, and he's going straight into a world title
You
at
know
a
he doesn't
different.
do warm-ups.
Sorry?
You know he doesn't do warm-ups. Remember when he
No,
just
no,
got out of that car crash situation? He went
no.
straight in there with Danny Garcia, man. So
I
you know he
understand.
doesn't do warm-ups.
Yeah, no, I get that. But remember, he was the current champion then. But this is a different weight class. This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's saying, "Oh, yeah, Fendora's a pushover." But bro, all I'm saying is, yeah, okay, Spence might not win. I'm not saying he's going to lose. It could be a draw. So then what?
Run it back, run it back, run it back. Crawford is fighting in August. Obviously, big up to Mr. Styles 619 the last comments as well. Crawford, yep, it's confirmed here August 3rd, cuz man. So
Told
Crawford's
you.
definitely fighting in August. So Crawford is the WBO super champion. He gets immediate, this is the words immediate, mandatory, yep, look,
Mm,
status when he moves up a weight class. So he should have been fighting Crawford, is what everybody's saying. That's why a
yeah.
lot of people have been a bit angry with Fendora that he's obviously chosen to fight Spence. Like you said, you've obviously alluded to Spence being in the same street as Fendora, so that fight could happen. Al Heyman always takes care of his boy, of course. So I'm not surprised that Spence is going straight in there, against Fendora. He went into the ring, cuz I think that said enough. Cuz the fact that he went into the ring after the fight, Crawford wasn't there on site, but Spence was. I think that was a sign, man. And Spence, should go to Bomac. If you can't beat them, join them. I definitely agree. Why not? Bomac, it makes sense. It makes sense.
What
Crawford is a
Spence?
beast, and I can see him becoming free weight champion. So look, I definitely agree.
Spence. Say,
Undisputed.
did you say Spence to go with Bomac?
Yeah, that's from the previous comment, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, if you
We'll talk.
can't beat them,
Bomac,
join them.
Crawford's coach.
Crawford's coach. Yep,
Wow,
Big
that would be
Bomac.
crazy. That would be crazy. Wow.
That would actually
Wow.
be a mad one, isn't it? Cause
That would be. I don't know. I think hopefully, if Spence was to get the win, we may potentially see Spence and Errol Spence. So may see Spence and Crawford at 154. But I'm hearing that Crawford next fight after this opponent, should he be successful, he could have a potential big fight with Canelo. But then again,
yeah,
Canelo has got a mandatory challenge. So this is crazy, man. This is mad.
yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
This is mad.
A,
It
a
is
lot of
crazy.
people could see Crawford using this 154 bout as a bit of a tune-up before he moves up, or it could be a situation where Crawford generally wants to unify the division And that Canelo fight, if it comes, I guess he'll take it. Of course, he feels confident, but I reckon Crawford not long. It won't be long until I reckon he hangs up the gloves. I think he'll, become champion, have that big fight with Spence, and it could be, the farewell for both of them. Obviously, if Crawford can get 2 belts in his first fight at 154, he will, have a legit shot at becoming undisputed, which is true. But would he want to? That's the word. I think Fundora is going to beat Spence. Ooh, Lucy's going for Fundora to beat Spence. I'm hearing there's plans for USA versus Mexico 5v5. Cause if 5v5
Yeah,
USA versus Mexico happens, oh my days, cuz. Oh
I
my
already
days.
know. I already know like who I'll put on there. In terms of heavyweight, I would want to see Wilder and Ruiz. I don't know. Andy Ruiz, would you still class him as Mexico or would you class him as American?
100%. I think put him as a Mexican, man.
But at the same
100%.
time, I'm hearing that they want to do a 5v5 UK vs USA.
Ooh. So what are you saying? Is it gonna be Matchroom versus maybe a top rank, maybe, or
I think it's gonna be a
PBC?
mixture. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a
Okay.
mixture of Matchroom, Queensberry, and then maybe PBC top rank.
Well, I think because they should start doing this, man. Like, I love what Frank and Eddie are doing in terms of doing the
Mm.
Matchroom versus Queensbury. I would love to see Matchroom versus PBC, top rank versus PBC, and, just having these promotional companies, clash against each other just to see who's the best one.
Mm-mm. I mean, well, technically, we already know who the best ones at the moment. But yeah, I hear you.
You go for Eddie, yeah? Matchroom. Of course, you know him.
Bro, come on.
Ooh, plans. Crawford versus Canelo, Plant versus Munguia, Shakur versus Cruz, or Shakur versus Lomachenko, because that is the fight that Lomachenko's dad wanted his son to do, man. He wants his son to fight Shakur. I think that'll be a good fight. If you don't actually you don't really class Ruiz as Mexican, Mexico will have a they do look, they do, but he could get away with being a Mexican, Lucy. He can get away with it. He's Mexican American. He can get away with it. I felt that Fundora can. Ooh, a lot of people going for Fundora here.
so, so,
Am I the only one that's backing Spence to win this? It's
do
true.
you know what it is? But you got to hear the community, right? Just think about it. Just deep it, yeah? Spence lost to Errol. So, Spence lost to Crawford, right, in August last year. Inactivity, right? Inactivity. Now, he wants to challenge a champion, yeah, at a bigger weight class. Do you know what I'm saying? It's different. Don't just think, oh, yeah, this is going to be an easy walk. No, it's not. I mean, if it is, then, boy, yeah. But come on, let's be realistic. Think about it. Just deep it. You, you're Errol Spence, right? I'm Crawford. I gave you an ass whooping. Yeah. Now we've both been inactive, right? But now you are challenging a champion at 154. Yeah. At 154, you're going straight in. I
Yeah.
rate you, but there's a possibility you might even take a serious ass whooping.
No, because you're 1,000% right. But what we've learnt with Spence is he doesn't do tune-ups, man. Straight after his car crash, what fight did he take straight after his car crash? He went in there with one of the biggest punches in the welterweight division, which is Danny Garcia. And look where Danny Garcia is now. He's at 160 now. So it shows you that in terms of the weight itself, I think Spence spent too much time at welterweight. I think he was there for over a decade. You even look at the Olympics as well. He didn't even fight at welterweight in the Olympics. He fought at, I believe, 154 in the Olympics. So he's kind of going back in time, going forward. He's more comfortable at the weight. I think he's going to be more durable with the shots as well. I know it's taken a lot in terms of making the weight as well. He's getting older. His body's getting bigger, of course. So I think 154 suits him best, in my opinion, as well. Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson would be a very good and entertaining fight. We agree with you, Mr. Styles. We agree with you. Fedora is a big friendly giant. He is, but a lot of people are writing off Tim Zoo as well. If it wasn't for that
Mm.
cut, I'm telling you, that fight would have been different. If it wasn't for that cut that he had on top of his head, that fight would have been different, man. That was just a freak accident that happened. And, Fundora took advantage. Tremendous effort from both fighters. Both guys showed that they're warriors. But if they were to run that fight back again, I think Tim Tszyu would have won that fight, man. But this fight's happening against Spence, it looks like. And I think Spence sees something that he saw in that fight and thought, you know what? I could beat this guy. Obviously, big up to Neutral. He's obviously saying big up to the iBoxingHub family. Big up to you, Neutral, as well. Thank you so much for the watch along. So, guys, if you didn't watch the watch along, straight after this show, just check it out because we have the Jim Watt of YouTube boxing commentary in Neutral. So, big up to Neutral. I would rather see Shakur or great watch along yesterday from Neutral. Big up to you, Bakaya Saka. Massive love. And happy Sunday, brother Neutral. Hopefully you are well. So you're getting love everywhere. So I would rather see Shakur Stevenson versus Loma than Stevenson versus Pitbull. I agree with Lucy, man. I want to see Shakur versus Lomachenko because there's two scientists in the ring. So if they both fight, we're going to see a fight of its highest level in terms of boxing IQ, intelligence, and it will be a good fight for Shakur to have just to test himself out against another, Hall of Fame fighter in Lomachenko. Imagine Tim Tszyu versus Spence. That will be in the pocket fighting there, in my opinion. I think Spence loves to fight in the pocket. Tzyy's obviously a warrior. That will be a tremendous fight. Tim Tszyu has Virgil Ortiz next. Look, these fights are just flying on crazy. Look, Fedor is a big friendly giant who can knock anyone the fuck out. Now, of course, man, big up to you, Mr. Styles. You know exactly what time it is. And now, big up to you, Neutral. We obviously love the tremendous work on your end. So, massive love, family. We'll be getting a lot. Yes, Neutral is actually going to be at the 505 event live. So he'll be doing live commentary on their event. So don't worry, Bakaya Saka will put the links up and everything, in the socials. So just make sure you tune in and we'll get that live in action for you. We might do an aftermath show, from the 505 event. So Chris, from wherever he is, with the family, etc. So we'll get something going on for you guys anyway, cuz, man. So, cuz, let's get down to the business. Obviously, the main event of the evening, of course. Cuz, you might as well do the blessing and do a tremendous introduction for this next topic, of course.
Listen, I said it last week. I said, look, Taylor vs Catterall, it's going to go to distance and Catterall's going to win, right? And that's what happened. It was, I wouldn't even say it was a good fight. I wouldn't say it's a close fight. I'll say it was a good fight. I don't agree with the scorecards. It was a bit wild, the scorecards. But Jack done enough to win. And my concern is that Taylor said that let's run it again at Trilogy. But am I right in saying he struggles to make 140? So he's in it for the money. Why not just move up to 147 and challenge whoever's at 147? Do you know what I mean? Because boxing fans, would you guys want to see a trilogy, or should a Catterall move on and challenge for a world title?
Cuz I'm just looking at some of the shots of the fight yesterday. Look at them shots there. You seen the sweat just wipe off Taylor's. Yeah, this fight was just, you know what? It was a very good game plan put together by Catterall. I wouldn't want to see a trilogy. I think maybe Josh Taylor kind of is looking at 147 and thinking, it's quite a few killers in there, man. Let's kind of just stay, let's see if we can get the trilogy. I personally think he needs to move up. I agree with you, because I think 147, if he doesn't want to, fight, one of the top names, there's Conor Benn he could fight. There's that fight could happen next. You could do. You guys even said it, Ryan Garcia. He could. I don't know what that situation is or whatever. Like after his suspension or whatever happens, that fight could happen. So there's a lot of options, man. But cuz Obviously, the title of the show is El Gato is the Tartan Tornado's Kryptonite. Sam Jones said it best. So big up to Abbas, who obviously interviewed Sam Jones. He said it before the fight. We saw it on the night as well. Yeah, who's next for El Gato, cuz? Who
Well,
is
he
next?
he he called out Lopez. The only issue is that obviously Lopez is Lopez, is he a free agent or is he with Top Rank?
Top rank, I believe, man. Top rank, I
And
believe.
the problem is that Lopez and Eddie Hearn, they don't really see eye to eye. So I don't know if that fight will happen next. I believe there's, him challenging Devin Haney. That'd be a good fight. He's got options. He's got options. So you've got what you got in that division. You got Haney, you got Lopez, you got Pitbull, you got Matias.
That's the man. That's the man. Before we get to Matthias, obviously, big up FK Breeze, man. This is just juicy information that he's putting out there for the community. He's obviously saying Catterall's jab was beautiful. I could see why Mayweather and Canelo had him for sparring. The jab, I think, was the difference on the night. It's what won him the fight. It was setting up a lot of shots and it was hurting Taylor throughout the fight as well. But cuz another thing that I must say, we've got the pictures here. Subril, Matthias. Why is no one calling out for the boogeyman, the true boogeyman of the division? He's under the same umbrella. He's on the matchroom. Why are matchroom fighters? Because look at the look in his eyes. I just think that this fight, whoever fights Subril, you gotta be ready for war because he's gonna take some shots, yes. But I don't know if you noticed his fights, cause when you go back, watch his fights, even though he's in wars, he's getting a lot of shots. After the fight, he looks clean. Because I don't know what bones he's got in his body, cuz man, but he doesn't get damaged like that, cuz. So it's a risky one. Nope to the trilogy. I agree with you, Lucy. We don't want to see a trilogy. I think the boxing world knows that it's 2-0 to Catterall, but Catterall just needed, this as a confirmation, man. Ooh, was more hungrier in last night's fight. Look, Mr. Style 619 saying it best. Congrats to Catterall. He deserved the win. Look, this is coming from neutral. He's obviously supporting his Scottish man. Of course, he's gonna support him, of course. But on the night, Jack was better, and Taylor should fight Ben. That's a good fight right now. I think that's a good fight as well, Lucy. Now that you guys have said it a few times, now watching the fight, I've got to put my hands up and I say I think it's time for him to move up. And I think Conor Bennett will be a good fight. Every time Taylor was coming inside, he couldn't land anything because of the jab. The jab was keeping him away. Catchwell said he wants Teofimo. I know. But why is no one calling for Matthias? Teo fights at the end of June. Cuz, that's why I'm saying. Matthias, after his fight in June, cuz, I want to see people calling him out for
Listen,
Subril.
I've said this before. I want to see Matthias fight Pitbull. I think Pitbull's the only person who'll probably challenge Matthias. Because at the moment, it's like everyone's just ducking Matthias. So I think the person who's got balls will be Pitbull.
Pitbull, yeah, it's funny you said that. No, it's true, man. I think, yeah, Pitbull, it would be a good opponent for him, man. But does Pitbull have the power to stop him?
Possibly.
I can't lie, cuz, man. Subril, Matthias, for me, is the boogeyman of the division, man. And in order for someone to be undisputed, you must see Subril Matthias, man. You must see him. So eventually, as much as you could go around in circles, if you want to be undisputed in the division, you got to see Subril Matthias, of course. Catterall has called out Teo today on social media as well. Look, he's calling him out. I don't know if beats the boogeyman. That's why. Remember, it's been mandatory to fight him for the IBF belt for quite some time, but obviously he was waiting for this fight. Catterall beats Teofimo the takeover. No, I can't take that, man. No.
Listen, we can't. Okay, I understand you're calling Matthias the boogeyman, But bro, until he beats everyone in his division, that's when we can say he's the undisputed boogeyman. But at the moment, like, these fights need to happen. These
But
fights ain't
cuz
happening.
that's not his fault though. The fact that
I,
he's had
mm,
to basically, in order to get some of the fights, he's coming to Eddie Hearn to Matchroom
of course, that's what I'm saying.
because
Let's make these fights
get
happen.
these
Hence why I'm
fights.
saying
Yeah.
challenge Pitbull
But
or
big
or
up to
or
Virtuoso.
or, or Haney. Because Haney and Eddie, obviously they've got a good relationship, you know. Haney and Matthias, you know, go at it. Or Pitbull and Matthias. Make it happen.
Oh, this is a good point from Virtuoso. Big up my brother. He's obviously saying, with all due respect, Matthias didn't want to face Rodriguez for some reason. Yeah, there's a situation there. We don't know what's happened. Golden Boy has two number one contenders at 140, and they all fight at the same network as well as Matchroom. So Catterall can fight one of them. Look, it's true. It is true. And Haney, yeah, Sandal Martin. Sandal Martin. Are we going to see that? But I'm hearing Haney, just through his social media posts and stuff like that, he's happy to fight Pitbull. He's happy to fight Pitbull.
Mm.
So the 140 division, cuz it's looking so interesting, man. And cuz obviously I know we're coming up to the end of the show. I know everyone's getting involved in the chats, of course. We've obviously got the big one next week, the 5v5. I just want to kind of get your final prediction. So is Matchroom gonna win or is Queensberry gonna win? That's all I want to ask you, cuz.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's a tough one, you know.
Yep.
It's a tough one. I can say yes, Matchroom, but then I'm just thinking about the opponents that are on Queensberry, and you know, it's really a. Do you know what?
It's a pick a minute.
Yeah, it's
We
one of
may
them
we
ones.
may get to a point, cause where that final fight, which
Hmm.
between Wilder and Zhang, could be the
Hmm.
decider in the event, man. Who knows,
Yeah,
cuz?
yeah. That could be the design. Yeah, yeah. Of course. That could be the decider. But the fight overall, the people participating in it, they're serious opponents. You know, it's no joke. Do you know what I mean? No joke at all. You know, it can go either way. It can. I'm not even trying to sit on the fence. It can go either way because I don't want to be biased. Like, yeah,
Ooh,
Matchroom.
even Aisha saying Queensberry.
Yeah,
Ooh, this is this is gonna be juicy, of course. Hodgson will win, Ray Ford will win, Shiraz will win, Wilder will win, Triple D will win, and of course Biv will win. Ooh, cuz
Oh, what
this
is Bivol? Is he still participating in this event? Also, know
yes,
Brad Smith
I'm
is out, but
guessing
if Bivol's
probably there's a replacement, guys. If you know any information,
oh,
if there's a replacement, let us know. But I'm not too sure. I don't know if people will be involved in that, but I think it's more focused on the 5v5, of course. And obviously, big up to Miss Aisha is what Jams is saying. Because regardless, the
mm,
5v5 is going to be interesting. A lot of Queensberry fighters are dogs. And yes, proved it last week. Of course, thank you so much, FK Breeze, for confirming that. And yes, he's still fighting. Announced replacement will be there as well. So look, thank you so much for the community for getting involved in the chat. Cause I'm in the fence as well. I don't know who's
mm.
gonna win this.
I have to.
I reckon it's
Do you
gonna
know
go
what?
to the last fight.
I have to wait and watch the build up. You know, the face off and everything. From there, I can tell. Okay, who I don't know, but I think it's going to be an interesting event. I think that yeah, it's going to be a big event. I don't. I'm not too
Yes,
sure.
Aisha's
I think
confirming. Aisha's confirming. So Bivol Zayad. So it could be he's fighting someone called Zayad. So let's see. Let's see. He's just fighting a random defense. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is. It is. It is because it's better BF, isn't it? Better
I
BF is
think
next. So you don't want to put him in with. Yeah, it makes sense.
I
Bivol
think
got a replacement, but don't know who it is, and I don't know if it's main event, which is true. If Adam Azim versus Dalton Smith was on the 5v5 card, I'll give the edge to Matchroom. Ooh, yeah, look, Virtuoso, thank you so much for getting involved, because this is just going to be energy. I can't
I
wait.
think Herkovich and Triple D are going to steal the show.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Who you got winning that one, cuz? Who you got winning that one?
You know what? I don't know because I was watching Herkovic when he fought Zhang. Even though some say that Zhang had beaten, but throughout he kept on throwing jabs, he kept on it, and obviously Zhang gassed out. And I'm just thinking because obviously Triple D, you know, he's a heavy puncher, and it's just like I don't want him to gas up. I feel that he wants to knock out Herkovic because Herkovic has been talking too much smack.
Mm.
So that fight is what it can go either way. It could go either way, you know. So I think that's gonna steal the show. I think the Zhang and Wilder fight. I'm not too sure, you know. I'm not too sure. It's one of them. There's too much talk from Wilder's camp, but I'm not really hearing anything from Zhang. And Zhang could just shock the world between round 1 and 3.
Cause we've had Terry Lane, obviously Zhang's manager, on. We've seen how passionate he is about Zhang's career, and
Mm.
I definitely think that Zhang doesn't really does this. He
Yeah,
does his
yeah, yeah.
talking in the ring, and
Mm.
I think he's very angry from that loss against Parker. So I think
Yes.
he's gonna try and come back with a bang. So the big bang, trying to come back with a bang against the bronze bomber. So definitely going to be some boxing explosions in the ring. So I don't think this fight's going 12 rounds for sure. Someone's getting knocked out. That someone, especially as heavyweights, these two are big punchers as well. Someone's not making it to the 12th round, man, in my opinion, because
Mm-mm.
it's a pick 'em. I hope the old Wilder comes for this fight, and so we could see a tremendous bout, man. Because if the old Wilder, no, not the, if the new Wilder faces this Yang, he could potentially lose this fight. But then if we get that spirit of the old Wilder, then this fight's going to be even more competitive and it could just go either way, cuz, man.
Mm-mm. It's interesting because just going by FK Breeze's comment, like the winner should fight AJ. But it's a weird one because we may potentially see another heavyweight undisputed clash. So
Yeah,
it's like this.
yeah,
So let's just say,
yeah,
for
23
argument's
and all.
sake, for argument's sake, Fury was to beat Usyk, right, and unifies the division, and AJ beats, let's just say, Triple D, and
Yeah,
becomes a 3 times champion. There's potentially that 2025 AJ and Fury could be fighting for for the titles again. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It really depends on what route AJ wants to go. I mean, I prefer AJ fighting Wilder because we've always wanted to see that fight. That's a massive fight. But then at the same time, it's just like he's got an opportunity to challenge for an IBF title. So commercially, it comes down to him. I mean, I think it'll be bigger to fight Wilder. But again, who knows? But let's just see. Let's just see. Let's just see.
dollars and cents, so they say. So, cuz obviously, let's run through the last few comments. Thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much, everyone, for just getting involved in the chat. We're doing these shows for you. We want to, give you guys a voice within the boxing space, and also we want to give you access through the content. So, tomorrow we're obviously going to be launching. We're gonna actually going to be releasing Aisha's tremendous interview. I don't want to reveal who it is. Just wait until it's launched, and we'll launch it. Of course, let's run through the last few comments. Of course, Zhang might try to bully Wilder like Fury did, and literally come in £300. That's mad. Mad. Run for the next one. Zhang gonna come in overweight again and go, and go out around 4. Madness. So AJ will be out for the year. You don't want to, stay active. Yeah, it's a fair point, of course. Big up to Adam as well for getting involved in the chat. Wilder versus Zhang is a big fight, a huge fight. Yes, we agree. Zhang will win. We know why Aisha's going for Zhang, of course. She had that interview with him, so big up to Aisha. I don't think AJ, yeah, he's not gonna sit around. I'm sure he's gonna get active. We agree. If he loses, ooh, the better be a fight is done with, and yeah, as he can't see what's happening, it's true. It's a fair point from Jams. Obviously, big up to Jams. Thank you so much for getting involved in the chat, of course. Big up to Biyenge and Trey, big up to Rico as well. Rico yesterday, big up for the tremendous work. Wilder getting chinned. Cause obviously you're pointing at the badge. So guys, we have to shout out, D-Rock, who we're working in association with, of course. So guys, D-Rock, we're working in association with them. You're seeing the likes of Johnny Nelson, Parker, and also who's in the chats as well, Jams. They've taken advantage of the 40% discount code. So guys, all you need to do, just go in the description straight after the show, go to the website. If there's anything that you fancy on the website, just simply put the discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 20%. You get 40% off, sorry. So that's double 20%. So big up. If you like my tracksuit, if you like Chris's tracksuit, just head over to the website. Take advantage, people, and it's there for you guys. So, cuz obviously we're gonna wrap up the show, but before we wrap up, of course, let's just put in our boxing schedule for the week. So, guys, if you don't know, Mondays is Green Diamond Boxing featuring Aisha, who's in the chat right now. Tuesdays we've got obviously the Stay Weighed In show featuring Ray and Abbas, and also we've got the crossover show that's happening obviously on the Friday, but on the Tuesday we've got something called Across the Way, which features the US world and the UK world, which features obviously Rico and Trill Dollar Bill. Wednesdays back to the roundup with myself and Biyenge. Thursdays we got Rico and Ra R&R hour. Fridays we've obviously got the hard talk with Neutral and also the crossover, like I mentioned before. Saturdays we've got the watch alongs, and then Sundays we are back for the roundup. So people, that's the whole boxing schedule for the week. But guys, thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate it. Manchester United, yeah, had to just give the badge a little kiss because we obviously won over the weekend as well. But cuz, gonna hand it over to yourself so we can wrap up this tremendous show.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate your love, your support. And look, just keep, following us, subscribing, follow the channel. In fact, go on YouTube, follow our channel. We're nearly on 1,000 subs. We're growing. We're still young, but we're still growing. Have a lovely, productive week. Enjoy your bank holiday weekend. Stay safe. And we shall see you on Wednesday. Peace and love.
It's another band. All the mass and cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with